Hello and welcome back to EnterJoel. It's Brentford away. So we are going to the G-Jet Stadium at Brentford. One of the nicest grounds I have been to. To be honest, you Brentford fans, they followed Brentford ever since they were children at that old ground, and I have been to that old ground during the FA Cup third round years ago. I'm talking years ago. So, way before social media, way before I started this channel. Yes, I have recently went there when it was, I think it was Brentford versus Wolves game, because I was doing a scouting mission on one of the Wolves players there. So, yes, it was I like the new ground of Brentford. I really do like the ground. I mean, it's a bit tight in some places. If we are thinking about maybe redevelop Stamford Bridge, that could be the model or the idea sort of thing, or just completely just do our own thing and try and find an area where we can, don't feel tight sort of thing. So, speaking of Brentford, they have been in the Premier League for 7 years in a row right now, and their highest finish was 9th last season. So, Thomas Frank, I think that's his name. I keep getting his name. It should be called, it's a bit like I'm going to do another video about how I met Graham Lasso, one of the greatest Chelsea players, and I called his name wrong. So, but if you give me so many likes, say like 500 likes, I will tell that story. So, and subscribe if you want to watch that story. So, yes, I think Brentford are a good team. However, I think they will struggle this season. Do you know why I think they will struggle this season? Because I think they're doing, like Brighton is doing, is selling their best players. They're getting somewhere cheap, even cheaper than going into Aldi or Lidl or some quick save Lidl. And then they played them for a few years, and then because they turn out to be one of the best players, and I like their transfer strategy and how they make the team, because they say, he has got good passing skills, he has got so-and-so, but he might be, he might like to go out on a night out and sort of, be like a maverick and then come back to training and then play really well the next day. Like how it used to be back in the 90s. Comment if you think I'm wrong. I really do like Brentford. I do like Brentford, the way they run the club. I know the logo, the team kit and everything else seems cheap. Seems like they're doing a cheaper version of Southampton. But I will say this, when I went to St Mary's a few years ago and I sat in the ground and I'm thinking, this is really a 30,000 stadium. And I'm like, is it? I'm like, it doesn't feel like a 30,000 stadium, the capacity. It doesn't feel that atmosphere. When I go to Brentford with my friends and I'm sitting in 17,000, it feels like a 30,000 stadium, because the atmosphere, it feels tight, it feels intimate. So, yeah, every praise on the stadium. So, yeah, that's what it is. So, that's what I like about Brentford. I mean, I like the way they play. I know that they seem to be focusing winning more home games than winning away. I mean, that came in Keith Andrews. And I'm thinking, Keith Andrews, where have I seen or heard that name from? And I'm like, oh yeah, he used to play Blackburn in so few various places. And I'm thinking, he's an okay player. But I know there's a lot of rumours about his attitude and everything else, but I'm not going to go into that. I'm just thinking, you know, he might turn out to be a good thing for Brentford. He might be one of the greatest managers for Brentford, but they will struggle this season. I don't think they will go down unless they will go down. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, yes. Us, the big brother, and Brentford are like the little brother, sort of like, I can just about afford a pint at the pub, but I'm being a bit too tight, so I won't buy you a second round. So that's what happens. So that's what Brentford are. Most fans are looking forward to. And, you know, I just feel that I can't wait to watch it on TV. I hope it's on TV. I think it is on TV. I think it is. So, mentality towards football, understand the culture of football there and everything else. But that will be one of my future videos if I do make it as a new. Early in the season for me, it's early. It's like me, I just woke up. Well, not really. I'm just about to go to bed. We are playing and the formation. I think it's still a little bit early to work things out what Enzo Maresca wants the team to play in, sort of thing. But I have noticed recently that he's trying to make it like a mixed football instead of passing it back to the goalkeeper, and then the goalkeeper passes to the centre back, and then the centre back trying to pass it to the midfielder, but he gets blocked, so he passes it back to the goalkeeper. But now I notice pass sideways, and then they get forward few loop passes, sort of thing. But it's a Chelsea thing. So yeah, I'm happy with Chelsea. I am satisfied with the new owners so far. I know that there has been some certain issues with the buying tickets and a modern way of getting tickets, you know. Everything has to be done by phone, and it's just feels for me, I like to see things in your hand to program the tickets. It feels more safe to be interested. It's going to be an exciting game. The atmosphere between Chelsea fans and Brentford fans, both set of fans are great singers. You know, they love to sing their hearts out, and I like that, you know. So it's one of those kind of London derbies. I think Brentford are competitive. I think they're a little bit more competitive than Fulham. I think they take their football a bit more serious than Fulham. You know, just recently heard the news about this goal of the month that Fulham fans voted for that Josh King disallowed goal. And I'm thinking, you're not serious. You're not serious. Have you watched that goal? It was disallowed. I know VAR had to apologise to the Fulham officials to say, I'm really sorry. I'm so sorry, but it turned out to be wrong. You know what? It was disallowed. It was disallowed. You can see. And it's like Crystal Palace fans moaning about this stupid free kick thing. You're wrong. You're freaking wrong. You're wrong. Good.